Hi, it's me, Alejandra. I was planning on doing a part 2 to this video that I filmed a few months ago about sexy design lamps because I feel that lamps are like the accessory of a room. They make such a big difference and kind of decides what style the room wants to go. And I wanted to do like a second part with more sexy design lamps and like cool lamps. And I wanted also to include a few modern design lamps, just as I did in the last video. But when I asked you on Instagram about recommendations and cool designer lamps that are new and from indie brands or smaller brands that are maybe not so known of, I got so many good tips from you. I just felt that there were too many good options to not do a whole video about modern design lamps that are cool and fun and sexy and elegant, and yeah, I think that's it. If you like the cap that I'm wearing and if you identify as someone who's edgy but cute, you can buy one and support my channel. I will link it below, and if your country isn't available as an option to ship to, let me know and I will fix that as soon as possible. The first brand that I wanted to mention is called Sloyd Lab. I don't know, or I guess it is a wordplay on the Swedish word slöjd, but it's spelled Sloyd, and they do lamps and furniture, but I wanted to take a look at the lamps. There are a few options here that I think are all just as nice. They are a bit more modern, but I feel they are still cool and would look cool in also a space that has more vintage furniture. This allium table lamp comes in different colors. I like the black one and I also like the birch one. They have it both as a table lamp but also as a ceiling lamp, and it's just, I think it's like the same construction but they have flipped it so you can hang it the other way around, and I think that's fun and probably a smart way to kind of reuse the same design but for different purposes. I'm leaning towards the table lamp. I think that one is super nice. I also really like this lamp. It looks a little bit like a flower. It's called Campana tetra, and campana is a bell, and it looks like a bell. I really like that you can see the wood grain. I guess it's like a thin plywood or something like that, or like a thin sheet of wood. Maybe it says if I read. Yes, it is a certified birch plywood. This one also comes in a few different colors, but I think if I were to style a room with this lamp, I think I would go for the birch one, not the pink one. They also have the same kind of concept but in a smaller version, and that one is called Ring My Bell. I think this would look nice in a commercial space, but I wouldn't probably have it in my home. I would maybe have it in my home if it was like a dark olive green, maybe. This brand is owned by Matilda Hunyadi, and it's a super nice little brand. You should check it out. They have won a lot of awards, and I think they have their studio somewhere in Sweden. Is it in Gothenburg? Yes, it is in Gothenburg. And I used to live in Gothenburg. I lived in Gothenburg for a year between 2018 and 19, and I love Gothenburg. Everyone in Gothenburg is so kind and welcoming. Not everyone, but a lot of people that I met were very welcoming and just like received me with open arms, and I didn't really know anyone when I moved there. But I felt like when I left the city after a year, I just felt like I had a lot of friends, and that was such a nice thing to experience. That you're new somewhere, and instead of being judged, people are like, okay, hey, welcome, you're new, let me show you some nice bars, or let's grab a glass of wine, or I'll introduce you to my friends. I felt that was very much the experience in Gothenburg. So every time something, a brand or something is from Gothenburg, I feel they are friendly. Another brand from Gothenburg, this lovely city, is Birken. They are called Birken Design, and they make small lamps from recycled plastic, and they 3D print them. And they look like this, and I think they are adorable. They are very cute, and I feel like there are so many options when you use 3D printing. I'm not an expert on this, but I have friends who work a lot with this, and from what I can tell, it gives you a lot of options on how to design something, and I think that's cool. They remind me of ice cream or something, and I like the ones that have like one color on the shade or on the top and then one on the foot. But I also think that the ones that are like in one solid color, a bright color, are super cute. And I think, again, like, lamps determine what style a room is. Obviously, if you have the same room and then you add like a lot of lamps from like the 50s, that will give the room one vibe. Well, if you add a lot of like plastic materials or a lot of super cool and modern lamps, obviously the room will look more contemporary. So I think lamps are super fun to play around with, and I feel this lamp is a good option to add that cherry on the top, the cherry on the cake, the cream on the icing, whatever it's called. What's super fun about having a YouTube channel and an Instagram account and being able to talk to people that I would never have met in real life is that I get to talk to people that I would never have met in real life. And when I was asking about indie brands and lights and lamps, someone texted me and said, hey, me and my dad run this brand. It's a small brand. We handcraft everything in Lyon in France, and like, if you want to check it out, here's a link. And then she was super humble, and then I went online and I checked out this brand, and it was amazing. I mean, this is truly amazing, and I don't know where to start because I'm in love with every lamp they have. So let's just go through them. So who are they? They are called Woo and We. It's owned by a dad and daughter in France, and they handcraft everything in their studio in France, and they offer international shipping. And I love them all. I love this Valentine double wall lamp. I like that one of the sides has one type of lampshade while the other one has another type. I think it's fun to add that kind of playfulness with lamps, and I also like wall mounted lamps, and I am also looking for more wall lamps as an accessory, as a part of like a gallery wall, but also to have in corners where I want to sit and read. My husband reads a lot. I read whenever I have the time, and it's always cozy to have like, or it's crucial to have good lighting, but it's cozy to have like cozy lighting. So I feel there are many options when it comes to reading nooks and lamps. I also really love this one, the W, which is quite long and the statement piece, and I really like that. I like a lamp to be a statement piece. I like that some of their lamps look more contemporary and some of them look more mid-century, and I feel they have found a nice balance between those two styles. This lamp called Ondulation is also super fun. I don't know what ondulation means. And the prices are a bit more pricey, obviously, but they are not super duper expensive. So I think, I mean, it's always hard when you talk about money because what's cheap for someone can be like a lot of money for someone else. So it's hard to say that this is cheap and something that everyone can afford when it obviously isn't the case. This is not something that I could afford, but I could afford it if I save money for it. And I might do that because I really like their designs. Some of their lamps remind me a little bit about this lamp that I have talked about a ton. and that I talked about in my last lamp video, I believe. But it's a nice one. So again, thank you for sending me that DM so I could find out about your brand. It's super cool, and I hope more people find it because yeah, we need cool design. Here's a cute little lamp brand from Denmark. It's called Retrograde, and the designs are not like super duper special, but they are very cute and look super well made. And I like wood because it's a very warm material. It doesn't matter how you stain it or what color you stain the wood in. I feel like having wood in a space instantly creates a warm feeling in that space. And these are super cute, and I think I like the ones that look a bit more unique. I would like to see this type of lamp with a lampshade that is a bit more out there. Maybe some type of transparent lampshade with like added things on top, like a sexy gown kind of thing. I don't know how to explain it, but it would be fun to see something a bit more out there, because I feel the lamp shades that they do are very cute, but I wouldn't match the lampshade with the lamp foot. I would do the lampshade and just use it like on a chrome foot or something silver or brassy or like in metal with a fabric. I think that would be cool, or just as is with a lamp cord in a nice color like a red cord. It's always fun to support local, so if you know of any more Scandinavian lamp brands, please let me know. A type of lamp that isn't really a lamp but that I am gonna buy soon. I have found a few options online, and there are actually plenty of them if you go online on auction sites or like Craigslist or something similar, Facebook Marketplace, and that's a candle wall sconce. I am very much into these ones in tin. These ones are, I don't even think we can call them vintage, but they are like antique, and I think they are super cool. And I can really see this silver color on the wall in our guest room. So this is what I am wanting to buy right now. And I also have seen these ones in brass, and then they look a bit more mid-century, depending on the style. And those are super cute as well, and sometimes they come with a mirror behind, which gives a nice reflection of the flame. And I feel like candles are always a thing that makes your space feel very homey and nice and cozy and warm, and living in Scandinavia, we need that. Which brings me to this weird thing, because I was just outside and it's actually quite hot today. It's September 3rd when I'm filming this, and it's hot, like it's a summer day hot, and that is a bit worrying, and it worries me because I feel sometimes that I carry this stress about climate change, and then I see so many people flying and traveling and living in a way that I know isn't sustainable for the climate, and it just makes me so sad, because I understand that everyone has different opportunities to like make changes in their lifestyles, but I feel that if you know that you can do better, I feel that we all should. And I don't want to be judgmental, because I don't know what the reasoning is behind people's choices, but sometimes I feel like I know people who are educated but still do that, and knowing that this will like impact people in low-income countries worse, and is already like happening. I just feel it's such I don't know, I just feel this Western guilt about how other people behave. And I don't want to say that I'm doing everything perfect, but I am doing changes to my lifestyle, and I have been doing for the past 10 years. such as not buying fast fashion. I don't fly, not to say that I will never fly again, I might have to, but I try to, and I'm also plant-based. I don't need meat, because that is also something that you as an individual can impact. So yeah, I didn't want to rant for too long about this, but like every day when the weather is a bit off, it just worries me. If you haven't seen this video where I talked about sexy design lamps, I think you should check it out. And let me know what lamps you think that I should check out. It can be modern designs or contemporary designs, or it can also be something old, like a cool classic. And I might do an updated video on the sexy lamp topic. I hope to see you soon again, and take care.